Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Gurudev ki jai. Nitila Pravishtam Vishnupā Rashatarashatashmar Bhaktivedānta Vaman Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nitila Pravishtam Vishnupā Rashatarashatashmar Bhaktivedānta Swāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai. Nitila Pravishtam Vishnupā Rashatarashatashmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nitil Pravishtam Vishnupā Rashatarashatashmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Nitil Pravishta Mahabhagavat Śrīla Goraksharas Babaji Mahārāja ki jai. Nitil Pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura ki jai. Nitil Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Mahārāja ki jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Patadasha Gunath Shara Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Śrīla Haridas Ṭhākura ki jai. Prem se koho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kund ki jai. Shri Muna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya ki jai. Shri Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura ki jai. Shri Navadvīpa-dhāma ki jai. Shri Antardvīp, Mayapur, Samantadvīp, Kodrumadvīp, Madhudvīp, Koladvīp, Rudradvīp, Patnika, Shri Navadvīpa-dhāma ki jai. Shri Navadvīpa-dhāma Parikramā ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hari Bol, everyone. So I'm gonna do, we are going to be reprinting this book soon. And so I wanted to just read through it so that just a quick like little proofread. And I thought it helps me actually when I'm proofreading, if I read it out loud, then sometimes I catch things that I don't when I'm just reading silently. And also, if you find anything, if you find any mistake that I miss, because I miss stuff all the time, then you can let me know in the comments and I will correct that on the PDF. But yeah, I'm going to be reading from this. I don't know for how many, I don't know how long it will take for us to get through this. I divided up the pages and I think it took like 9 days. Let's see how long it takes today. And then I'll be able to divide it all up. I think it might take like 9 days still to get through this. So let me share screen. Let's see all who's there. Dandavat pranams, Madhavi Didi. Rupa Manjari Didi, Hari Priya Didi, Ganga Didi, Gargaraj Ji, Rupa Manjari Didi. Oh, you already said your name. Raseshwari Mataji and Rohit Radha Krishnan Ji. Dandavat pranams, everybody. All right, so should I edit it on preview or on Adobe? Whatever, I'll just do it here. So yeah, if you see any little mistake anywhere and I miss it, let me know. Write it in the comments and then you can also help in proofreading this. So let's just look from the very beginning of the book. Here's the cover. My cousin Manjari, she actually did this painting of Jiva Goswami and Nityananda Prabhu. Translated from the Hindi edition of Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta. Dedicated to my holy master, Shri Gauriya Vedanta Acharya Kesari Nitila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shri. There should be a hyphen there. How do I, one second, I just need to, whatever. Uh-oh. I can't make updates to this? Yikes. 1 second. Sorry, I didn't realize that. Let's see if I duplicate it. Maybe then I can make changes. Sorry, guys. Let's see if I can make changes now. Copy. Damn it. Okay. Well, I'll just have to write it in the book for now, and then I'll add it onto PDF. I need to get an editable PDF. Just getting a pen. All right. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean for this to... Thanks for your patience. Okay, there. Okay, Om Vishnupad Ashtatarashita Śrīmad Bhaktivinoda Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja, the best among the 10th generation of descendants in the Bhagavat Parampara from Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the founder of the Sri Bhaktivedānta Samiti and its bits throughout the world. I'm not going to go, I'll go through the contents of my own. But today we're going to be reading about a brief life history of the author. We will read the excellence of the Dham, that's chapter 1, and chapter 2, the circumference of Sri Gauramandal and Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma, and the true nature of Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma. That's what we're reading today. 1 second, okay. Forward, translated from the Hindi edition. I think it should be a small from. 1 second. Okay. Today I am feeling unlimited joy that by the inspiration and causeless compassion of my most worshipful Holy Master, Nitilila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Ashtatarashatashi Śrīmad Bhaktivinoda Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja, we are presenting for his pleasure an unprecedented Hindi edition of Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya, Parikramā-khaṇḍa. The original Bengali work was composed by the 7th Gosvāmī, Śrīla Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, who is the embodiment of Sri Gauranga and Mahaprabhu's potency, Gaura Shakti Swarup. Just making sure, okay. Sri Gaura and Sri Krishna comprise an identical spiritual principle, tattva. There is no difference whatsoever between them. Sri Krishna, the personification of sweetness, Madhurya Vigraha, is none other than Sri Gaura Sundar himself, who is the personification of munificence, Audarya Vigraha, and vice versa. Sri Krishna's abode, Sri Vrindavan, is similarly identical in all respects to Sri Gaura's abode, Sri Navadvīpa, which is actually called Gupta Vrindavan, the hidden Vrindavan. In this way, both the divine principles, tattvas, and holy abodes, dhams, are eternal and not affected by mundane considerations such as time, place, and circumstance. Krishna nama kore aparadhira vichar. That's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 8:24. Even if he is chanting the name of Krishna, a person who is committing offenses will not be able to attain love for Krishna, Krishna Prem, in millions and millions of lifetimes. However, Gaura Nityanandar nahi esaba vichar, nama lele prema den bahe ashrudhar. Sri Gaura and Sri Nityananda do not consider any offenses. 1 second. Okay. They do not consider any offenses. When one chants their names, prem will awaken in the heart, and torrents of tears will begin to flow from the eyes. Like Sri Gaura Hari himself, his abode is supremely liberal and the most magnanimous. Without worshipping and attaining the mercy of Sri Gaura Hari and his abode, Sri Navadvīpa, it is impossible to obtain darshan, a vision, and the mercy of Sri Vrindavan. Sri Krishna's dham, Vrindavan, and Sri Gaura's Dham, Navadvīpa, are non-different. Therefore, the perimeter of Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma extends to 16 kosas, approximately 32 miles, just like the perimeter of Sri Vrindavan. All the places of Sri Vrindavan, such as Sri Yamuna, Sri Govardhan, Sri Rasastali, Sri Radhakund, Sri Shamakund, and various subforests, also exist eternally in a concealed form in Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma. Sri Gaurasundar sports eternally in this abode. Fortunate living beings can experience Sriman Mahaprabhu's eternal pastimes by performing Nam Sankirtan under the guidance of his pure devotees. Sadhaks desiring to attain bhakti should completely give up all offenses such as Namaparad, Seva Aparad, and Dham Aparad. Persons who come to the Dham for darshan, parikrama, and so forth should avoid committing offenses to the holy abode, Dham Aparad. Therefore, for their understanding, the 10 kinds of offenses are mentioned below. 1. To disrespect Sri Guru and sadhus who reveal the Dham. 2. To consider the Dham to be temporary. 3. To commit violence to the residents of the Dham or to the devotees performing parikrama, and to give them material designations in respect to caste and creed. 4. To perform mundane activities pertaining to sense enjoyment while residing in the Dham. This one doesn't make me feel very good. 5. To earn money or to make a business on the pretext of serving the Dham. 6. To think with one's mundane intelligence that the Dham is just another material place, or to consider it equal to other holy places, and to endeavor to measure the size of the Dham. 7. To commit sins while living in the Dham. 8. To consider Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma and Sri Vrindavan to be different from each other. 9. To blaspheme the scriptures describing the glories of the Dham. 10. To disbelieve the narrations about the glories of the Dham and to consider them mere exaggeration and imaginary. My most worshipful Sri Gurudev personally wrote a preface to Jaiva Dharma in which he mentioned that the state of mind of modern readers is such that they will not have faith in the subject matters written by an author as long as they do not know about him. Keeping this in mind, I introduce the respective author in the foreword of almost all of our books. A brief history of the author. One second. I just want to circle one thing. Okay. A brief history of the author. A brief life history of the author, sorry. Satchidananda Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura was born in the village of Viranagar, which is near Yogapit, Mayapur, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance place. He received his education in Kolkata. Take the diacritics out of Kolkata. His intelligence was very sharp, and from his early childhood, he was deeply devoted to religion, dharma. Even as a student, he lectured eloquently on the topic of dharma, speaking either in Bengali or in English, according to necessity, in various schools, colleges, and other places. And I actually don't like translating dharma as religion, so I'll have to come up with an alternative. After completing his education, he went to the state of Orissa and was appointed by the government as deputy magistrate with specifics. There, the government also appointed him as the administrator of the famous Sri Jagannath Temple. During Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura's time, the service of Lord Jagannath was beautifully and efficiently conducted. During these days in Puri, a so-called yogi named Vishvaksena lived in a dense jungle of Orissa. He declared himself to be Sri Krishna, and people believed him. He made an announcement that he would perform the Ras dance during one full moon night, and the ladies of the neighboring village and the ladies in the neighboring areas began to show eagerness to take part in it. Seeing this, all the villagers relayed their concern to the state government. The government appointed Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur to investigate the situation, which resulted in the yogi being found guilty. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur then sent the criminal to jail, fasted to death. Wherever Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur went, he preached the religion of pure devotion as practiced and preached by Śrīmad Mahaprabhu. I wonder, should we be taking out this word, changing this word? I'm going to just circle it so we can decide later on. He made a resolution that upon retiring from his governmental post, he would go to Vrindavan and perform bhajan. On his way to Vrindavan, he came to a place known as Ṭhākura, situated within the borders of West Bengal. There, the great devotee Ṭhākura Mahadev, Lord Shiva, appeared to him in a dream and instructed him. You are now traveling to Vrindavan, but you have to accomplish many tasks here. The appearance place of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Mayapur Yogapit, has not been unveiled. You have to reveal it and also reveal the 9 islands of Navadvīpa, as well as their glories. After receiving Sri Mahadev's instruction, he returned to Navadvīpa and constructed a cottage in Godrumakunj, where he began to perform bhajan. I don't think Godrumakunj is a plate. I think we should just write the bowers, a cottage in the bowers of Godrum. So I will. Okay. So while living there, he revealed Sri Dham Mayapur Yogapit. After finding the site, he wanted it verified by a superior Vaishnava Acharya. Therefore, he called Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj from Braj, whose disappearance day it was yesterday. Upon arriving there, the 144-year-old Sri Jagannath Maharaj began to dance vigorously, proclaiming, "This is the birthplace of my most worshipful Shachinandan Sri Gaur Hari." In this way, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur revealed the birthplace of Śrīmad Mahaprabhu, Yogapit. After that, in the community gatherings, he spread the news about its location. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also accomplished one more glorious deed for this world by giving to the world Srila Bhaktivedānta Saraswati, his son. To fulfill the desire of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Bhaktivedānta Saraswati preached pure devotion and Nam Prem, transcendental love for Krishna by chanting the holy name, as practiced and preached by Śrīmad Mahaprabhu. He preached not only throughout Bengal and India, but also throughout the whole world. Bhaktagane agyadilo chaitanya ich nadiya mahatma varni bhaktera kripai. One second. I just need to. There. Okay. Jai avadi Shri Chaitanya aprakrita hoilo Dhama lila prakashite bhakte agya dilo. I'm making the ends of verbs O's. In these verses, that's Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya 1, 9, and 11. So we'll be reading these verses today. In these verses, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, after he concluded his manifest pastimes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself ordered his devotees to unveil and manifest the pastimes of Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma to the world. The devotees, in turn, gave me the instruction to reveal the glories of Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma. Accepting the instruction of the devotees to be the same as the instruction of Śrīmad Mahaprabhu, I am herein describing the glories of Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma. Specifically to carry out the order of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Janava Devi, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur revealed and preached the glories of Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma. He has himself written, Nityananda Shri Janava Adesha Paya Varni Lama Navadvipe ati dina hoya. Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya, 1873. Although I am lowly and insignificant, I have described Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma only on the order of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Janava Devi. Srila Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura compiled more than 100 scriptures in various languages. Among them, most prominent are Shri Bhakti Tattva Vivek, Śrīmad Mahaprabhu Ki Shiksha, Shri Chaitanya Shiksha Amrita, Shri Jaiva Dharma, Shri Bhajan Rahasya, Shri Navadip Bhav Taranga, Sharnagati, Kalyana Kalpataru, Gitavali, Yamuna Bhavavali, Vaishnav Siddhantamala, Shri Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya, Bhagavatarka Marichi Mala, Amnaya Sutra Krishna Sanghita, Datta Kostuva Prem Pradeep, Shri Harinam Chintamani, Tattva Sutra, Amrita Pravaha Bhashya, a commentary on Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Rasik Ranjan Bhashya, a commentary on Bhagavad Gita. My Gurudev published most of these books. Not Yamuna Bhavavali. I think all the rest of my Gurudev published. Not Krishna Samhita and not Amnaya Sutra and Datta Kostuva. Oh, actually. And okay, so half of them at least, more than half. Srila Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura originally wrote Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya in Bengali. Although many editions have already been published in Bengali, this is the first Hindi edition. I am fully convinced that by studying and reciting this book, the faithful devotees will understand the amazing glories of Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma, as well as the non-difference between Shachinandan Sri Gaur Hari and Vrajendra Nandan Sri Krishna. Thus, they will obtain inspiration to perform their bhajan in the method shown by Sri Rupa Gosvāmī. In addition, they will also understand many more spiritual principles in regard to Śrīmad Mahaprabhu and to bhajan. There is no need to say anything further about this. Praying for a particle mercy of the Vaishnavas, Tridandi Bhikshu, Sri Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa, on the disappearance day of Sri Jagannath Das Babaji Mahārāja, 18th February 2007. Is the internet still working? Haribol Champakti looks like it is. That's so strange though. Up here, if you see in the corner, it says it's crossed out, the Wi-Fi. Huh. Anyhow. So my Gurudev completed this yesterday. That would have been great if we started this yesterday. I should have done that. Anyhow. I think maybe for those of you in America, is it Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj's disappearance day today? Acknowledgements to the English edition. Translation was by Achyutanandan Das, Krishna Kripa Das, I think that's Siddhanti Maharaj, Krishna Vallabha Dasi, Shanti Dasi, and Vrajasundari Dasi. I wonder if they should change this to his sannyasi name now. I will just mark it. Okay. Oops. Okay. Translation consultation. Shripad Madhav Maharaj, Madhav Priya Das, and Purnima Dasi. Oh, Shripad needs a long A and an A at the end. Okay. Hindi translation fidelity check. Krishna Kripa Das and Mukunda Datta Das. Editing. Kundalata Dasi, Vajanti Maladasi, Vaishnavi Dasi. Sorry guys, I'm going through everything. Editing input, Krishnamai Dasi, Shivananda Das. Front cover painting, Manjari Dasi. Cover design, Manjari and Vikas Ṭhākura. Gaura Mandal chart, Jai Gopal Das and Vajanti Maladasi. Drawings, except on page 329, Radhika Dasi. Proofreading, Janaki Dasi, Kanta Dasi. All right, there. It's a nice picture. Old picture. Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja. It's Nice picture, Śrīla Vāman Gosvāmī Maharaj also. Nitila Pravishtam Vishnupad Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Vāman Gosvāmī Maharaj. Sorry guys, I'm going through all this. I'm doing a proofread of this whole book also, so I need to. Okay. Nitila Pravishtam Vishnupad Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Swami Maharaj. Nitila Pravishtam Vishnupad Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Keshav Gosvāmī Maharaj. Nitila Pravishtam Vishnu. Sorry, I don't need to be reading this out loud. Jai Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. Śrīla Jiva Gosvāmī. Here's a map of Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma, the 9 kinds of bhakti. I should know this by heart, but let's see. So this Antardvīpa number 1 is Atmanivedan. That's the characteristic of that land that personifies that. Number 2, that is Simantadvīpa, right? Yes, and that's characterized by hearing. Number 3, that's Godrumadvīpa, that's characterized by kirtan. Number 4 is Madhyadvīpa, that's remembering. Number 4. 5, Koladvīpa, where I am, that's serving the Lord's lotus feet, Pada Sevanam. Ritudvīpa, worshipping, Archanam. Janadvīpa, prayers, Vandanam. Shri Modadrumadvīpa, that's engaging as a servant, Dasyam. Shri Rudradvīpa, serving as a friend, Sakyam. So we can just see. All right. Chapter 1, the excellence of the Dham. Auspicious invocation, Mangalacharan. Jaya Jaya Navadvipa Chandra Shachi Sutta. Jaya Jaya Nityananda Raya Vaduta. All glories to Shri Sachinandana, the moon of Shri Navadvip. All glories to Shri Nityananda Prabhu, the Avadut. Jaya Jaya Shri Advaita Prabhu Mahārāja, Gadadhara Shivasa Pandita Jaya Jaya. All glories to Shri Advaita Acharya Prabhu. All glories to Shri Gadadhar Pandit and Shivas Pandit. Homage to Shri Navadvīpa, the abode of the Lord's pastimes. Jaya Navadvīpa-dhāma sarvadhāmasar. Jaya Navadvīpa-vasi Gaura Parivar. All glories to Shri Navadvīpa-dhāma, the essence of all holy abodes. All inhabitants of Navadvīpa, the family of Shri Gaur. Anything can be achieved by the mercy of the devotees. Sakala bhakata pade koriya pranam. Sankshepe varnibo yami Navadvīpa-dhāma. 1 second, need to fix that. Sorry guys, 1 second. Paying my respects at the lotus feet of all devotees, I, Sri Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, will briefly describe Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma. The author indicates his inability to describe the glories of Navadvīpa. Navadvipa mandalera mahima apar, Brahma adi nahi jane, varne sadhyakar. The glories of Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma are incomparable. Even if Lord Brahma and others like him do not know its glories, who is able to describe them? Shesha and Mahadev are also unsuccessful in describing the glories of Navadvīpa. Sahasra vadane shesha varnite akam, kshudra jiva ami kise hoibo suksham, whatever. If Bhagavan Shesh is unsuccessful in describing the glories of Navadvīpa-dhāma with his hundreds of mouths, then how can I, an insignificant living entity, succeed in doing so? Satyavate Navadvipa Mahima Ananta Deva Deva Mahadeva nahi pai anta. Truly, the glories of Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma are unlimited. Even Mahadev, the god of the demigods, cannot reach their end. The Supreme Lord's desire is the essence of everything. Tatapi Chaitanya Chandra Icha Balavan She Icha Vashe Bhakta Agyara Vidhan. I put a hyphen here. Nevertheless, the will of Sri Chaitanya Chandra is very powerful, and only according to his wish do the devotees submit their requests to others. The Lord's desire is certainly the desire of the devotees. Bhakta Gane Agya Dilo Chaitanya Ichai Nadia Mahatma Varni Bhaktera Kripai. According to the will of Sri Chaitanya, the devotees have instructed me to describe the greatness of Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma. I can do this only because of their merciful order. The author reveals a deep mystery. Ara eka kata ache kuda atishai kahita na icha hoy na kohile nai. There is another extremely confidential topic. Although I have no desire to disclose it, I cannot desist from telling it. Jai avadi Shri Chaitanya aprakata hoilo adhama lila prakashite bhaktya agya dilo. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu concluded his manifest pastimes, he told the devotees to reveal the pastimes of Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma. Scriptures regarding Mahaprabhu's pastimes are hidden by Maya Devi. Sarva avatara hoite gura avatar Sri Chaitanya Chandra mor vidita sangsar. The descent of my most worshipful Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more confidential than all other incarnations. This is well known throughout the entire universe. Gura lila shastre gura rupe ukta hoy abhakta jane rachite na hoy uday. In the scriptures, confidential pastimes are described in a hidden way. Such pastimes do not appear in the hearts of non-devotees. Śrīla sambandhe jata gura shastra chilo Maya Devi bahukal achari rakilo. Even though there were many confidential scriptures regarding these pastimes, Maya Devi kept them hidden for a long time. Aprakata shastra bahu rahe jata tata prakata shastreyo jata chaitanyera kata. Shesakala Maya Devi Pandita Nayan Avariya Rakhe Gupta Bhave Anukshan. Narratives of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were described in many places, both in scriptures made known to the public, as well as in scriptures not known that were kept here and there. However, Maya Devi always kept them concealed from the eyes of the scholars. By Mahaprabhu's desire, Maya Devi removed her covering. Gaurera Gambhira Lila Hoile Aprakata Prabhu Icha Jani Maya Hoya Akapata. Kapata? It should be kapat, I think. I have to look at this. Utaiya Loilo Jal Jiva Chakshu Hoite Prakashila Gora Tattva E Jada Jagate. Sorry guys, I sometimes pause. It's because I'm writing in the book. When I have the file, then there won't be any pauses. Then I can just easily make it. When Sri Gaurasundar completed his profound pastimes, Maya Devi, being faithful to his will, removed the covering from the eyes of the jivas and revealed, within this material world, the true nature of Sri Gaura, Gaura Tattva. Gupta Shastra Anayase Hoilo Prakata Ghuchilo Jivera Jata Juktira Sankata. All hidden scriptures regarding this topic easily manifested, and the jiva's inclination to debate was also vanquished. The mercy of the supremely compassionate Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Badai Dayalu Prabhu Nityananda Rai Gaura Tattva Prakashilo Jivera Hiyai. The supremely merciful Sri Nityananda Prabhu revealed Gaura Tattva in the hearts of the living entities. Tara Agya Peye Maya Chade Avaran Subhakta Pandita Gan Paya Shastra Dhan. On Sri Nityananda Prabhu's order, Maya Devi removed the covering she had placed over the scriptures, and the learned pure devotees obtained the wealth of the scriptures. Hate sandeha jar na hoy khandan. 1 second. She abhaga vritta keno dharaya jivan. Why is that unfortunate person whose doubts are not removed in spite of hearing all of this, uselessly maintaining his life? Jai kale ishvara jai kripa vitarai bhagyavanta jana tahe boro sukhi hoy. A fortunate person becomes filled with happiness to receive the Lord's mercy at any time and in any way the Lord chooses to distribute it. Symptoms of an unfortunate person. Durbhaga lakshana e jana sarva jan nija buddhi boro bodhi koriya gana. We should all understand that one who thinks, I am the most intelligent of all, is the most unfortunate of all. Ishvarera kripanahi karoya svikar kutarke mayara garte pode bar bar. Should be 1T. One who does not accept the mercy of the Lord repeatedly falls into the pitfall of the illusory energy through his false logic. The call of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the crown jewel among those giving prem. Esho he kalira jiva charo kutinati nirmala gauram loho paripati. Come, O living entities of Kali Yuga, leave duplicity and accept the true process to achieve pure Gauranga Prem. E boli Nityananda dake bar bar tabuto durbhaga jana na kore svikar. Although Sri Nityananda Prabhu repeatedly calls out in this way, those who are unfortunate do not accept Gauranga Prem. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm embarrassed to say this, but I have to use the bathroom really bad. I've been holding it for a while, but now it's getting too uncomfortable. So I'll be right back. Take me 1 minute. Bole Nityananda. Oh, wait, I already read that, right? Yeah. Although Sri Nityananda Prabhu repeatedly calls out in this way, those who are unfortunate do not accept Gauranga Prem. Oh, and there's a footnote here. The word used here is kuti nati, which means to give up all kinds of opinions opposing bhakti, and na, completely non-devotional atheistic opinions. Kuti nati. Okay. Keno je emona preme kore anadar, vichara koriya dekho hoya tatpar. Where's my pen? I'm gonna start reading the Bengali from this book, actually, so that I don't need to stop ever. Okay. Why do they not honor this prem? Please consider this carefully. The conditioned living entities are trying to obtain insignificant happiness in many ways. Sukha lagi sarva jiva nana jukti kore, tarka kohe yoga kore sangsara bhitare. In this material world, all living entities are seeking happiness through logic, deliberation, yoga, and so on. Sukha lagi sangsara chari avane jai. Sukha lagi yuddha kore rajai rajai. Only to obtain happiness, some leave materialistic life and retire to the forest. And only to obtain happiness, kings wage wars with other kings. Like what's going on in the world now. Sukha lagi kamini kanaka pache dhai, sukha lagi shilpa ar vijnana chalai. Only to obtain happiness, some run after women and wealth, and only to obtain happiness, some engage in arts and science. Sukha lagi sukha chare klesha shiksha kore, sukha lagi arnava madhete dube more. Some, having searched for happiness, give up the desire for it and learn how to tolerate the miseries, while others dive into the ocean and commit suicide to attain it. Yeah, relief. The means to obtain real happiness. Nityananda bole daki du hata tuliya, esho jeev karma gyan sankata chariya. Oops. I'm supposed to be reading from the book. Forgot. 1 second. Okay. I'll do that from now on. Nityananda Prabhu lifts up both hands. Sorry. Nityananda Prabhu lifts up both of his hands, right? His both hands? Yeah. Both of his hands. And calls out, "O living entities, come to me and leave behind the worries and difficulties of karma and gyan. Sukha lagi cheshta tava ami taha divo. Tara vinimaye ami kichu na loivo." I will easily give you the happiness for which you are endeavoring so much, and I will take nothing in return. Kashtanai vyayanai na pabe jatana. Shri Gauranga boli nacho nahiko bhavana. You will experience no difficulty, and you will have no expenses, and you will not have to tolerate any dire sufferings. Leave all kinds of apprehensions. Simply sing the name of Shri Gaur Hari and dance. Jai Sukha Amito Divo Tar Naya Sama Sarvada Vimalananda Nahitar Brahma. There is no happiness equal to that which I will give you. That happiness is always filled with pure bliss and is beyond all illusion. The condition of an unfortunate person. E rupa prema jache nityanandarai abhaga karama doshe taha nahi chai. In this way, Sri Nityananda Prabhu wants to distribute that prema which is rarely attained even by Lord Brahma and others. Due to the bad results of their own past activities, unfortunate persons do not want to accept this prema. Gauranga nitai je bole ekabar ananta karama dosha anta hoitar. The bad results of limited fruitive activity are destroyed for those who even once utter the names of Gauranga Nitai. Nitai does not have a long I. For the jivas in Kali Yuga, only Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu's pastimes are worthy of contemplation. Ara eka gura katha shuno sarvajan Kali jive jogya vastu Gaura Lila Dhan. All of you, please listen to one more confidential topic. The treasure of Gaura Lila is the most significant attainment for the living entities of Kali Yuga. Gaura Hari Radha Krishna Rupe Vrindavane Nitya Kala Vilasa Koroe Saki Sane. I forgot to read from the book. There. Okay. As Sri Radha Krishna, Sri Gaur Hari enjoys eternal pastimes with the Sakis in Vrindavan. Shastrite Janyo Jiva Braja Lila Tattva Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Prajara Mahatva. Through the scriptures, the jiva can understand the true nature of Vraja Lila and the glories of Sri Radha Krishna's eternal pastimes in Vraj. Although Krishna's name and his abode are unlimitedly glorious, an offensive person cannot be delivered. Krishna Nama Bhaktivinoda-dhāma-māhātmya apar Shastrira dharaya jane sakala sangsara. Through the scriptures, the entire world knows that the glories of Krishna's name and abode are unlimited. Tabu Krishna prema sadharane nahi pai ihara karana kiba chinta hohi yai. Despite this, why is it that not everyone attains Krishna Prem? Reflect upon this a little in your heart. Ihate acheto eka gora tattvasar Maya mugda jiva taha na kore vichar. Behind this question is a profound truth which the living entities who are bewildered by the illusory energy do not deliberate upon. Bahu janma Krishna bhaji prema nahi hoy aparadha punjatar achaye nishchoy. If someone does not attain prem even after worshipping Sri Krishna for many lifetimes, it is clear that such a person has committed several offenses. Aparadha shunya loye hoye loy Krishna nam Tabe jiva Krishna prem labe abhiram. If a living entity chants Sri Krishna's name without offenses, he attains Krishna prem without any obstacle. The means to attain prem even in the presence of offenses. Shri Chaitanya avatare bodo vilakshan aparade sattve jiva labhe premadan. The most astonishing fact in regard to the incarnation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that through him a jiva can attain the treasure of prem even in the presence of offenses. Nitai Chaitanya Boli, Jai Jiva Dake, Suvimala Krishna Prema Anvishaye Take. The completely pure Krishna Prem searches a jiva who calls out, O Nitai, O Chaitanya. Krishna Prem searches for jiva. Aparada badatar kichu nahi kore, Niramala Krishna Preme tar anki jhare. Offenses cannot disturb such a person. Because he is absorbed in pure Krishna Prem, streams of tears begin to flow from his eyes. Swalpakale aparada apani palai, hridayas shodhita hoy, preme bade tai. After a short time, his offenses run far away of their own accord. His heart becomes pure, and prem develops within it. Without the name of and his abode, the jivas of Kali Yuga cannot be delivered. Kali jiver aparada asankya durvara. Durvara, I don't know. Gora nama binatar nahiko udara. The offenses of the living entities of Kali Yuga are uncountable and fearsome. Without chanting the name of Gaur, these jivas cannot be delivered. Ataeva Gaura vina kalite upai, na deki kotao ar, shastra pukarai. Therefore, the scriptures repeat loudly that apart from chanting the name of Gaur, there is no other way for the jiva's deliverance. Navadvipa Gaura Chandra hoilo udoy, Navadvipa Sarvatirtha avatangsa hoy. Shri Navadvīpa-dhāma is the crown jewel of all holy places, because Shri Gaurachandra appeared there. Anyatirte aparadi dandera bhajan, Navadvipe aparadha sudai marjan. Why is Pradyumna Prabhu calling me in the middle of the reading? Is it not working? Let me check. Haribol, is the connection down?
Oh, sorry.
I'm reading. Okay, Haribol. That's so strange. Okay. Navadvipe Gaura Chandre hoilo udoy, Navadvipe Sarvatirtha avatangsa hoy. Shri Navadvīpa-dhāma is the crown jewel of all holy places, because Shri Gaurachandra appeared there. Anya tirte aparadi dandera. Oh, I just read this. Sorry, guys. Navadvipe aparada sadai marjan. In other holy places, an offensive person has to suffer the reactions of his aparads. But in Shri Navadvip, offenses always remain far away. An offensive person attains deliverance without any punishment. Tar shakshi jagai madhai dui bhai, aparada kori pailo chaitanya nitai. The evidence of this are the two brothers Jagai and Madhai. They obtained the mercy of both Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu, even though they were committing offenses. In all holy places except for Navadvip, an offensive person is inevitably punished. Anyanya tirtera kata rakho bai dure. Rakho bai dure aparadi daitya danda pai brajapure. What to speak of other holy places? Even in Vrajdham, the offensive demons are punished. Navadvipa shata shata aparada kori, anayase nitai kripai jai tari. However, even if one unknowingly commits hundreds of offenses in Sri Navadvip, he can easily be delivered by the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. The sages praise of Gaura-mandala. Heno Navadvipa-dham je Gaura-mandale, Dhanya dhanya she desha rishi gana bole. All sages consider Gaudamandal to be glorious because such a holy abode of Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma is situated within its area. The fortune of the residents of Navadvīpa. Heno Navadvīpe bhai jahara vasati boro bhagyavan she labe Krishna rati. One who resides in this Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma is extremely fortunate. He attains loving attachment for Sri Krishna, Krishna rati, the result of going to Navadvīpa. Navadvīpe jebab kabu karoya gaman sarva aparadha mukta hoy she jan. Any person who goes to Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma will be freed from all kinds of offenses, the result of remembering Navadvīpa. Sarva tirtha brahmiya tartika jaha pai Navadvīpa smarane she labha shastre gai. All the scriptures proclaim that a person who simply remembers Sri Navadvīpa will attain the same result as a pilgrim who visits all holy places. So you don't even need to be there, you just need to remember. You just need to be reading this Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya. Then you get the same result as a pilgrim going to all the holy places. The result of visiting Navadvīpa. Navadvīpa darashana kore je jan janme janme labhe she Krishna prema dhan. One who visits Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma attains the treasure of Krishna prema life after life. There's a footnote here. Krishna prema develops gradually, life after life. That footnote should come later. It's coming too early. It should come after the period. 1 second, let me just write that. 62. Okay. The result of going to Navadvīpa for whatever purpose. Karma buddhi yoge yoje Navadvīpa jai Nara janma arshe jana nahi pai. Those who go to Navadvīpa to engage in fruitive actions, in an intellectual search for the Supreme, or for any work, will not have to experience repeated birth and death in this perishable world. The result of each and every step taken in Navadvīpa. Navadvīpa brahmite she pade pade pai koti ashvamedha phal sarva shastre gai. The result of each step taken in Sri Navadvīpa is equivalent to performing millions of Ashvamedha sacrifices. This is also confirmed in all scriptures. The result of chanting mantras in Navadvīpa. Navadvīpe vasi jai mantra japa kore Shri mantra chaitanya hoy anayase tare. A person who chants his mantra in Sri Navadvīpa will experience the deity of the mantra appearing personally in front of him and will easily cross the ocean of material existence. The result of staying 3 nights in Navadvīpa. Anya tirte yogi dasha varshe labhe jaha Navadvīpe tina ratre sadipai taha. The results a yogi obtains after 10 years in any other holy place are obtained by staying in Navadvīpa for just 3 nights. Whoa! I'm gonna send this to Govardhan because he just arrived yesterday and he's staying 3 nights. That's so cool. I'll send this. Let me just. There. Oh my God, this book is not in Unicode. Okay. The result of taking bath in Bhagirathi Ganga in Navadvīpa. Anya tirte brahma gyane je mukti hoy Navadvīpe Bhagirathi snaneta ghatai. That liberation acquired in all other holy places through arduous practice bliss of Brahma Gyan, meditating upon the impersonal absolute, is obtained in Sri Navadvīpa by simply bathing in Bhagirathi Ganga, obtaining liberation in Navadvīpa without any speculative knowledge. Salokya sarupya sarshti samipya nirvana Navadvipe mumukshu labhaye bina jnana. In Navadvīpa, people desiring release from rebirth in this world, mumukshus, obtain different kinds of liberation. The different kinds of liberation, Salokya, residing on the same planets as the Lord, Sarupya, obtaining a spiritual form similar to the Lord's, Sarshti, obtaining opulence similar to the Lord's, Samipya, becoming his personal associate, and Jiva Brahma Rupa Aikya, Sayuja, are merging into the Lord's effulgence. So they obtain these different kinds of liberation without any kind of speculative knowledge, without jnana. This comes automatically. And bhukti, material enjoyment, and mukti, liberation, are maidservants of the pure devotees. Navadvipe shuddha bhakta charane poriya bhukti mukti sada rahe dasi rupa hoya. Devotee in Navadvīpa, material enjoyment and liberation always remain as maidservants at the pure devotee's divine feet. Bhakta gana lati mari due tarai Bhakta para chari dasi tabuna palai. Devotees try to kick bhukti and mukti far away, but still, bhukti and mukti do not leave the feet of the devotees. The result of residing in Navadvīpa for one night. Shatavarsha saptatirte mile jaha bhai Navadvipe ekaratra vase taha pai. O brother, the result one attains from residing for 100 years in the 7 holy places, Ayodhya, Mathura, Mayapuri, Haridwar, Kashi, Kanchi, Avantika, that's Ujjain, and Dvaravati, Dwarka, can be attained by residing only one night in Sri Navadvīpa. That almost sounds better than the 3 nights one, doesn't it? He no Navadvīpa-dhāma sarvadhāmasar kalite ashraya kori jiva hoy par. This Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma is the essence of all holy places. In Kali Yuga, the living entity can easily cross the ocean of material existence by taking shelter of this holy abode. Ṭhākura paraka vidya dvaya avirata Navadvipa vasi gane seve riti mata. The 2 fields of knowledge, Ṭhākura, knowledge about crossing over the ocean of material existence, and Paraka, knowledge about attaining all kinds of desires, always serve the inhabitants of Sri Navadvīpa in a beautiful way. The author's prayer to attain his desired service. Nitai janava pada chaya jar asha she Bhaktivinoda gai paya ulasa. Bhaktivinoda, whose desire is to obtain the cooling shade of the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Janava Devi, is full of joy singing the glories of Sri Navadvīpa-dhāma. Thus ends chapter 1. I'm not going to read chapter 2 because I made a schedule for this Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya. I'll show you right here. But I forgot to factor in the foreword. And so that's why, we didn't. I'm going to change this. Anyways, so see you all tomorrow for chapter 2. Let me see the comments here. Hare Krishna Sharmaji. Oh, cool. It is. Great. That's great. So it's This book was completed on Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj's disappearance day, and in America, it is that day. That's great. No problem for Jumna Prabhu. Also, I think next time I was going really slow this time. I'll try to read a bit faster next time. But thank you. Adilit. I don't know how you say your name. Adilit. But yeah, see you all tomorrow, and I will go through chapter 2, and I'll go a bit more fast. I'll have a better pace. Jai Shri Radhe. Shri Navadvīpa-dhāma ki jai. Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki jai. Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki jai. Jai Srila Gurudev ki jai. Srila Param Gurudev ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Srila Satchid Ananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura ki jai. Shri Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyaya Keshavashacha. Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Sattvatai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyashta Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Alright, see you all tomorrow for chapter 2. Dandavat pranams, everybody.